Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. Yesterday's video was supposed to go up last Tuesday, but my daughter got married this past weekend and there was just so much things to do, so I didn't get it up, so I put that up yesterday. It's still before Halloween, so hopefully you can still enjoy it. My host code is now this one. This is a new one. If you're in need of any of my supplies, the link to my shop is below. And today's project is a box that measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. This DSP is Take a Bow, and it's 6 by 6, so you only need 3 by 3 pieces, so you can get the whole DSP set out of one sheet. I used 2 different, but it was half a sheet of each. All right. Okay, so this stamp set is adorable. Christmas Friends. It came back into stock 2 weeks ago. I ordered it, I believe. I hope it's still in stock, and hopefully if it's not, it will come back in before Christmas, giving you enough time. And the Stylish Shapes dice I also used. All right, so this opens like this. It's a tent box. And inside, I don't have many Christmas treats yet, but inside here is M&Ms and Skittles, and there's still a little bit of extra room, so whatever treats or gifts that you think would fit that's similar to that, that's great. I did want to say something I had planned for later in the year. I got these from Temu. I'm not sure if they have them on Amazon, but they're adorable. This has a little glue. This is a Santa Claus wishing coin. It says North Pole, and it has Santa on the front, and on the back has the bells, and it says Believe in the Magic of Christmas, Merry Christmas. And there's Santa's sleigh and some snowflakes. I thought this was just beautiful, great thing to give a little kid, maybe in the toe of their stocking or something. But I'm going to do a project with this. So it takes a while to get from Temu, so if you wanted to do something with that, get these. I'm giving you notice so you can get them. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks, I think, to get from Temu. You might be able to get them on Amazon, I'm not sure. All right, so for this project, what we need is a piece of garden green that is 9 1/2 by 7 3/4. You need 4 pieces of the Take a Bow DSP. I chose 2 different patterns, the candy cane stripe and then the green, dark green and light green background. Almost looks like snow. All right, so let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 9 1/2 inch side first. And score at 1/2, 3 3/4, 5, and 8 1/4. Turn it to the 7 3/4 inch side and score at 1 1/4 and 4 1/2. All right, now you want to fold and burnish your score lines. Okay. Now, your 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. There is a 3 1/4 inch block at the top and a 1 1/4 on the bottom and the side. And this is what we're going to be doing. Please don't pay attention to that score line. That was an error. All right, so we're going to start over here. Let's go to the first score line. Cut it to the first score line and wedge up into that 1/2 inch rectangle. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the first score line and wedge both sides of that square. Okay, go to that last score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge this square. And that's the bottom. Okay, flip it so that 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. And we're going to go to the third score line and cut it to the first score line. And then we're going to take these 3 pieces off. going to go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into that 1/2 inch rectangle. And that's the top, right this way. Okay, now we'll turn it right side up. And this is what your cardstock should look like when you're done scoring and cutting. Right, I'm going to take some tear-in tape and put it next to the score line on what's left of that 1/2 inch rectangle. And I'm going to take the backing off with my Take Your Pick tool. Okay, I'm going to flip it over and then fold the sides to meet. Now this seam here is our back, so we want to put that flap down first. Now you would put your treats in, and depending on how thick and wide your treats are, that will be how far that your box will pinch at the top. Mine goes down about halfway and starts to pinch. Okay? Alright, so now let's get our DSP. And the 2 candy cane-like pieces I'm going to put on the front of the flap and the back of the box. And then these 2, they're all 3 by 3, are going to go here and here. Alright, now I'm going to use 2 3/8 inch adhesive Velcro dots for the closure. I'm going to put 1 on each side of each corner of the bottom of the box, and then the matching ones flipped on top. Okay, and then just position it evenly so it gets on there nicely. Come on. Alright. Now I'm just going to let this dry a little while and we'll do our stamping. So I forgot to mention that we do need some basic white cardstock. And we're going to use Tuxedo Black Ink first. For our bear. Little polar bear. So cute. Oh, and we also need it for our little Christmas tree. Okay. And they have matching dies, so I'm going to cut them out. Okay, I also cut out one of the stars from this piece of the die for the top of the Christmas tree from Daffodil Delight cardstock. Alright, I'm only using 3 markers, all dark, Pecan Pie, Real Red, and Old Olive. And 1 more light smoky slate. So let's start with the light smoky slate, and I'm just going to color where the artist put the shading lines there. Doesn't have to be completely solid, just kind of follow it. Okay, and then with dark Real Red, I'm going to do the berries and the bow. Okay. All right, and then with Old Olive, dark Old Olive, I'm going to fill in the rest of the wreath. All right, and then also the pine needles. I'm just going to color most of the area where the pine needles are on the tree. Okay, Oh, sorry. And I'm going to use I used dark pecan pie to do the trunk of the tree. Okie doke. Now we need our box, and well, let's first get our square. This square, if I didn't tell you before, it is a 2 3/8 inch square that I cut from the Stylish Shapes dies, and I used the same DSP that I put on the inside of the box. Alright, it's also from Take a Bow. Alright, and now I'm going to put some dimensionals. Oh, I colored in my nose because the stamp didn't get his whole nose, so I'm going to just put that little accent back on his nose with a jelly pen. It's just a regular Jelly Roll white pen. Alright, so then we need some dimensionals. I'm going to put him over a little bit to the right and kind of in the middle of the square. And then I'm going to take the Christmas tree and I'm just going to glue the right side. And I'm going to make it about even with his front paw on the bottom and straight up. And then glue the star right at the tippy top. Okay. All right, now let's get some more dimensionals and attach it to the front of our box. On your box. So cute. And I have some of the Frayed Edge Grosgrain white ribbon, and I'm going to tie a little bow. And we need a glue dot and some liquid glue for the back of the bow. I'm going to attach this up in this corner so it won't cover up our images at all. Okay, now we need some real red ink and our basic white cardstock, and I'm using the sentiment, "Have a very Merry Christmas." And I'm going to cut this out in a rectangle pretty close to the stamp image here. And then I'm just going to take a tiny bit of the corner off on each side of the top. And I'm going to put a dimensional over here and a little bit of liquid glue on the other side. And for the final touch, I'm going to take a Rhinestone Basic Jewel. And I'm going to take a Rhinestone Basic Jewel and put it right in the middle of the star. Give it a little shine. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, my email is below, along with all the links to my blog and my shop. All right. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.